No, I mean, right now there's this thing that really plagues games, in my opinion, called skill-based matchmaking.
Skill-based matchmaking.
Which really pisses me off, which basically, anytime you're in the top, it basically ruins games for top 10% of people. Because instead of just going and matching people via a connection-based matchmaking, where it's like, hey, I'm this close to George, and that's how close our connections are, so we have a good connection to each other. Instead, it's like, well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and even though George is right here and we're both searching at the same time, because I'm in such a higher league than George, I'm sorry, George, I'm pretending like you're really bad at games.
It's okay. I'm actually terrible at games.
Okay, good. Yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead and match the guy that's all the way in downtown LA just because of skill, and you're going to have a 3 to 4 times worse connection to the game.
Wow.
Because
so it's not even about the more skilled players battling each other. It's about the connection.
That's the start of it. So that's part one. Then there's instead of you're playing these games where a battle royale, when you have 150 players, half the joy of it is you don't know who you're going to run into next. You don't know if you're about to face Michael fucking Jordan or my fat ass in your next fight if this was basketball.
Right.
So meanwhile, now every fight I'm getting into, it's people that are in the top 10% of these games. But then the issue is I wouldn't mind it if there was something to show for it. So imagine if you tune into my stream and you're maybe a new viewer and you're going, man, why is he getting shit on so bad? Well, if I play Warzone, I can look in the top right and it says, oh, this is a diamond lobby or a top 1% lobby, to at least legitimize why I am in such a sweat fest and stressful environment.
This is kind of like, and I might be wrong, but this is kind of like watching the Olympics and watching them run, and you're like, it's not that big of a deal. But if you put an average runner next to them, you're like, oh fuck, these guys are fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's a really common complaint. There's a lot of gamers talking about this. Do you think SBMM like forces people to get better though?
I definitely think like the average gaming person is way better than back in 2007, 2008, like when I was playing like Halo 3, right? But what I think it really struggles with is that it burns people out way more. It makes gaming a way more negative experience because you are not, you can't, like, for example, a 10-win streak is like something that just doesn't happen because 3 games in, they put you in, there are papers coming out and things that haven't been proved yet, but that are these studies that the skill-based matchmaking doesn't just put you in the highest lobbies. It'll say, hey, you know what? On game 4, he's doing so well that we're going to randomly pair him with 2 people that are actually worse than should be in his lobby.
To cut him off.
To basically sandbag him, to then bring him down, to then make it so that when he gets back into that normal lobby, it is like a hit for your addiction, you know, and makes you keep playing.
When I watch you, Ninja, Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah. Well, not really Tim.
Not really Tim. Do we not like
Tim kind of sucks.
They have this ongoing thing that's constantly.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Tim's pretty good.
Yeah, fuck Tim.
Yeah.
Tim's at home. He's like, oh.
Tim doesn't give a fuck what we think. I watch to see y'all fucking pwn noobs. I want to see you destroy people, like obliterate them. It's my favorite because they don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
So this, I totally see what you're saying. Just as an outsider, like how this could, you know, make it much less entertaining. Why is Call of Duty doing that? Do we know the?
It's not the only game either.
I mean, it's in games. It's in games. Call of Duty. It's in Apex Legends.
I'm
it's
such
in
a noob.
League of
I'm
Legends.
sorry.
Does Fortnite do SBI?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Fortnite switched to skill-based matchmaking. So, you know, I'm sure they have more information, and there's things that retain players better. It makes casuals probably have a better experience, like the lowest level of skill, because it caters to them instead of them going in and matching with a random 150 people. Where let's say there's 2 of me in the lobby that'll beat 80% of those noobs. Now they can just go into these lobbies where it's everyone's playing with their eyes closed. It's is the kind of skill level of it.
Yeah.
But it really sucks for certain situations. Another one for a creator is like there's moments where you might be joining in with someone who is a celebrity or has now caught on to your stuff and is like, hey, can we get some matches in? So they then join up with you and you're excited for a great session together. But your skill-based matchmaking, let's say you're in the bottom 20%, you get brought to my
That's
level.
That's the biggest problem because I watched you play with Dobrik.
Yeah.
You had a game with Dobrik, and he brought RPGs out, which was a great thing for him because he ended up clutching a dub with the RPG, which was amazing to watch. But I deal with that too because I play with people that are much better than me, and their lobbies get based on their skill sets. So I'm playing Michael Jordan. I don't want to play fucking Michael Jordan. I want to play like Scottie Pippen or somebody a little bit lower.
Yeah, there was an opportunity for us to play with like a massive level, like dream type of scenario for a collaboration with a celebrity. And Nate Shot and I were talking about it, and while this was being planned, we were literally like, hey, we have to make second accounts. We have to make fresh accounts with no stats so that we have no 1% skill-based matchmaking, so we can have a pleasurable gaming experience. Because if we don't, then that person that we play with is going to hate their lives for the 2 hours that they're there, and then we're never going to play again.
Wow. You remember when you went to the arcade back in the day, and then you started a game, and they would ask you medium, regular, or expert?
Yeah.
I think they should just do this so that way your audience can see you play in the regular mode, and then you could just do like a, hey, if you guys donate to this amount, we're going to go to expert mode.
And you know what the beauty of it is? That's the difference between a social playlist. Like if you ever played Halo, they had social playlists where you go in and match people of all sorts of ranks and just play fun little custom games. But then they had a ranked playlist where it was 1 to 50. So if I was a 50 and I joined a lobby, my little cousin would be like, yeah, you were talking shit? Oh, I'm going to invite my cousin Jack in. And they're all like 24s. And then I join in as a 50 and it's like, oh shit. This guy's the real fucking deal.
You just walk in big dick status.
Exactly. But
that's
like,
hilarious.
All these, like a lot of these games don't have a ranking system nowadays. So there's nothing to show for it. It's like everyone gets a participation trophy, but there's no real champions.
Welcome to 2020.
Yeah. Well, you're certainly big enough to call Activision, right? And say, hey, listen, I'm going to play with Dobrik this week.
Listen, man, as long as they keep making billions in microtransactions, they're going to not care that the top 1% hate skill-based matchmaking. So
shout out Ander Nickel. Ander, if you're watching this right now, you guys got to do something. He's the head of brand over at Activision. I talk to him quite often.